National Basketball Association Commissioner Adam Silver Engelbert is going to be out, and she's going to be out very quickly.
We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world.
It's getting spooky for Cathy Engelbert in the house right now.
Cathy Engelbert's job as WNBA commissioner might not survive the season, and it has nothing to do with wins or losses. The people who actually control her fate? NBA owners and Adam Silver himself. She reports directly to him, but apparently, he's not willing to take the fall for her any longer.
Players, they feel that the right leadership isn't in place right now in the league office.
And so I'll leave it there. I mean, I'm just obviously disheartened. I'm a human too. I have a family. Obviously, I've never been a quitter. I'm entering my 40th year, actually, this month in business. Never been a quitter, never shied away.
So what pushed Engelbert to this breaking point? And what role did the players play in making it worse? Today, we're breaking down the political game that could end her career. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
When Caitlin Clark calls for new leadership, you're in trouble. The commissioner's future of the Women's National Basketball Association, Napheesa Collier pipe bomb that she dropped the other day, where she channeled the spirit of Caitlin Clark. Cathy Engelbert's not going to survive this as the commissioner.
How can a commissioner rack up record sponsorships, make expansion teams skyrocket in value, and still be this close to losing her job? That's the strange reality Cathy Engelbert's facing right now. Under her, the WNBA pulled in a $75 million capital raise, and new owners are paying franchise fees that shot up to around $925 million combined. Those are massive numbers compared to even a few years ago. On paper, that should make her look untouchable. But the owners aren't convinced. Because while the league brought in new money, the profits aren't there yet. Teams are still spending faster than the revenue's growing. Travel upgrades, players' salaries, marketing, all needed to expand, but the return hasn't balanced it out. So even though the headlines look great, the financial core still feels unstable. And that's where the tension starts.
I think what's most helpful is to focus on, I have been in touch with Napheesa, we've exchanged texts. There's a lot of inaccuracy out there through social media and all this reporting. Obviously, a lot of reporting, a lot of inaccuracy about what I said or what I didn't say. And I will tell you, I highly respect the players.
Owners see the revenue growth, but what they don't see is sustainable profitability. Behind closed doors, some are questioning if the momentum is real or just buzz riding on one viral season. Adam Silver sits right in the middle of this. He appointed Engelbert, believing she could give the league structure and credibility. But he answers to the NBA owners who bankroll both leagues. Their patience wears thin when promises of profitability keep getting delayed. Insiders say Silver's aware his own reputation gets tied to every misstep, and he won't risk that for long.
Cathy Engelbert is not the WNBA's future. Look at the rest of this headline. Soon, the commish may not even be its present. The pressure is officially on. It's officially hitting a boiling point. People are starting to glance in Adam Silver's direction now.
He's the one Engelbert reports directly to, meaning any shift in his tone could be the difference between job security and an exit call. Now whispers are spreading that a few owners have privately voiced frustration over her leadership approach, shaking the unified front she once had. And without that protection, she's vulnerable. The issue isn't about bad math, it's about power. And that's about to get even more complicated once player voices, like Napheesa Collier's, enter the mix. What if one player's interview could shake an entire league office? That's exactly what happened when Napheesa Collier called the WNBA leadership the worst in the world. Those 5 words spread everywhere. What made it sting wasn't just that Collier said it. It's that she said what a lot of players had already been whispering. Her remarks went straight past frustration and into open challenge, and it forced people upstairs to take notice.
With Engelbert at the helm, the WNBA has experienced its greatest glow-up. Surely a press release is being crafted for the record sponsorship revenue. Her allies seem harder to find than a salad at a barbecue. She's got nobody in her corner anymore.
While Cathy Engelbert kept a calm tone in her public appearances, privately, the room felt different. Executives and owners were caught off guard by how sharp the reaction became. Inside the boardrooms, Collier's statement wasn't viewed as a random complaint. It was seen as a spark that exposed a wider disconnect. Players had been saying Engelbert is hard to reach, that she doesn't listen when they bring up travel issues or marketing concerns. That feeling of distance made the league look disconnected from its own stars, just as the game was growing faster than ever. For the owners, that's a major red flag. They saw real risks in having players publicly frustrated while sponsors were increasing visibility. A commissioner who can't keep players feeling heard makes investors uneasy.
Because Engelbert reports to NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, multiple NBA sources were queried by The Athletic about Engelbert. The owners are no longer behind Cathy Engelbert. Yikes. Some wonder if Collier is set in motion, a wave that leads to a new executive face.
And it gave Adam Silver a whole new problem to manage. His priority is protecting the NBA's reputation, especially now that women's basketball is finally gaining national traction. He can't afford headlines that make both leagues look like they've lost control. Collier's remarks gave those owners something tangible to point at.
And people start glancing in his direction that this is partially his fault. The owners, she works for the owners. Adam Silver works for the owners. The owners, who tend to care more about revenue than anything, aren't lining up. She does not have anybody in her corner.
A reason to question whether Engelbert still holds the locker room. It stopped being about financial results and turned into a question of leadership trust. And that's when whispers began that Silver might be quietly scouting his own options, maybe even looking toward Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum as the next potential name in line. Cathy Engelbert's biggest problem isn't money, it's politics. The scoreboard shows growth, but the real game is behind closed doors. Adam Silver is protecting his own reputation, and with NBA owners holding stakes in the WNBA, that shadow hangs over everything. When reports say Silver might be ready to move on, that's pressure no stat sheet can fix. So what happens next? Can the WNBA handle another leadership shakeup? Or does someone like Mark Tatum step in and reset everything? Because when your job depends on someone else's reputation, the clock doesn't tick in your favor.